You know, I am really sick of looking around YouTube at channels like MD Fish Tanks and George Farmer, seeing these amazing aquascapes that they've done and thinking, I'll never do that. Lisa has gotten really good at scaping aquariums. In fact, if you missed the one that she did a couple of weeks ago, you're going to want to check that out. I'll put a link up here for it. But anyway, everyone knows she's gotten really good at scaping, but everybody laughs at me like I am the biggest non-scaper in the world. I have to take full responsibility for that though, because this is how I typically scape an aquarium. But all that changes today. No, I'm not going to rescape the 360 because the Oscars would just tear it up. No, I'm going to start small. In fact, I'm going to go very small and start off with this 5-gallon Nano cube from Aquatop. This is actually a product we have available on our website. I'll put a link down in the description. This is a kit that comes with everything that you need with the exception of the heater, but we will talk about the heater in a second. I want to just briefly talk about what this tank has. If you want more detailed information about these tanks, this one and the one that Lisa did last week, let me know in the comments and maybe I'll do a video going to more depth about these. But this comes with a filter that hangs on the back. It is an internal filter. It has a bracket on it that slides right over the glass. And this is nice because it's very slim, and the bracket is also the bracket that will hold the light that comes with the system. So that's very, very nice. But also inside, there's a little lid here. Inside, you've got your filter cartridge. You have what they call a bio plate, which is it's got all of these little nibs on it for the growth of bacteria, which is very nice. And there's little ceramic rings down in the bottom of the filter. So plenty of biomedia and plenty of mechanical filtration, stuff like that, including a small intake sponge on this side and one on the front bottom intake to make it safe for fry and shrimp. So yes, beautiful thing. This filter is only 1 5/8 inches thick from front to back. So it doesn't take up a ton of space in the unit, and it looks slick and everything's great. And what it also has is a small little cavity in there to slide one of these guys in there, which is a preset 78 degrees Nano heater, again from Aquatop. It's made specifically to go into this, but you can use this in any tank, but it fits perfectly in there. Yes, I know things might look very weird because you see my hands moving as if I'm talking to you, yet you don't hear anything. Well, hey, they said making YouTube videos is easy. It is, as long as you have your microphone turned on when you're doing your videos. Anyway, we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way with the good old voiceover. What I'm doing here now is just going through what I'm using in the tank, which is some Ceru stone that we picked up at our favorite fish store, House of Tropicals, some driftwood from our website, and some fluval stratum as our substrate. For the plants, we're going to be using more of the plants that Lisa and I ordered from Tropica. They did so well in Lisa's tank that of course we're going to use them in mine. And no, they're not just the leftovers. We selected our own plants, and it just so happens that we both love some of the same plants, the Rotala being one of our absolute favorites. Now, I know what you're thinking. You experienced aquascapers. You're looking at this and you're like, John, come on, you're already doing this wrong. You have to do your hardscape first. Well, here's the thing. That little cavity back there is going to be covered up by a rock. And when it's covered up, I'm not going to be able to get back there to add the plants. So for this particular spot, I decided to add the plants first so I don't have to work around the rocks and all that. It'll all make sense once everything goes in. Here we go. It's happening right now. But That was the only ones that I put in before putting in the hardscape. The rest is just me experimenting with the hardscape, finding out what I liked, and going from there. I don't know. I'm not an artist, but it was a lot of fun. I gotta tell you, this part of the process was fun, but I could see it being super frustrating if you had a large tank to do, because with the rocks going all over and then the driftwood and all of these things, with it being a huge tank, I would imagine it being pretty frustrating. But with this, just a few small pieces, it was fun. I enjoyed myself. It was like a little art project. Now this is where the truth is going to come out here. I had a lot of fun with the plants. It's pretty straightforward. You grab them with the tweezers, you put them down in there, and there they are. But when it comes to these little grasses here, I got to tell you, this was frustrating. It's not the plant's fault. It's me not knowing what I'm doing. And you aquascapers are probably watching this and totally cringing right now. But bottom line is, when I opened up that tissue culture and I took it all apart, I didn't know what to do with it. But eventually I did get into a little bit of a groove and found that if I just put them in little clumps, and I could get them in there, and it looked halfway decent. But I also wanted to mention that we did, after this, add the root tabs from Tropica. They call them nutrition tabs. I don't do it in the video here, and it's because we didn't get them until the day after I did this scape. They came later because of supply chain issues and all whatever. But I did add those into it afterwards, and it definitely did seem to help. Now, I also want to talk about one other thing here. I want you in the comment section to guess what you think I'm going to be putting in this tank. Everybody's automatically going to think that with Lisa's tank last week and this tank, we're going to do betas, but we're not. We're going specifically different from that because we don't want to do what everybody thinks we're going to do. So you let me know what you think I'm going to do in this tank, and in a couple of weeks, we're going to go to the fish store. We're all going to go together, and we're going to pick up the fish for both this tank and Lisa's tank. Now, I got to give you the best advice I've given you all day. You're going to want to subscribe to this channel, because where we go to get the fish is one of the coolest fish stores on earth. Over 500 aquariums. They don't know we're coming. We're certainly not sponsored by them, but I believe in giving credit where credit's due. We're going to House of Tropicals in Glen Burnie, Maryland. I just got to tell you, it's one of the coolest places ever. So make sure you're subscribed. Click that bell so that you get notified when we're going. We'll all go together and have a good old time. So here it is. My first attempt at what would be considered a real aquascape, which I don't think is very fair. I think decorating an aquarium, whether it be with artificial plants or with real plants, is aquascaping. But hey, if you look around online, this kind of thing is what they're going to describe as aquascaping. Live plants, real natural materials as the hardscape, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I guess this is my first attempt at that. And I got to be honest with you, I had a ton of fun. And it surprised me because I thought it was going to be a huge hassle and a huge pain in the butt. Maybe the fact that it's so small made it a little bit easier and not quite as stressful to do, but I enjoyed it very much. In fact, it's been a few days since I did the original scape, and I've been in here messing with it, trimming down the little grasses and stuff like that, and I've enjoyed myself. It's been kind of therapeutic and fun. I don't know. It is a little bit frustrating sometimes when all the little pieces float around, but hey, I still enjoy myself and it's a good time. I'm glad I did it, and I can definitely see myself getting into this more. I've got a few tanks that I could easily rescape and have a lot of fun with, make them look a little bit more presentable than they do now, and make them healthier and just better overall for the fish that are in there, because we all know the benefits of live plants in an aquarium. So yeah, this is definitely a game changer for me and for Lisa. Now, I'm not going to be challenging Tanner Serpa to any aquascaping contests. Believe me, you're not going to see me on stage at these big shows doing these kind of things. Well, I guess I would if they asked me, but they won't, so we don't need to talk about it. But it's not going to go to that level. This is certainly not going to turn into an aquascaping channel. It's just something that we've wanted to do, and we've enjoyed it very much. I've always said, in this hobby, or really any hobby for that matter, if things start to get a little slow for you, try something new. Now, the hobby hasn't gotten slow for us, but we're in a particular situation that I can't really talk about that makes it hard to progress in this hobby. But doing fun little projects like this, we can absolutely do it, because these little tanks can fit anywhere. Lisa's is still sitting on the kitchen counter, so it's really not a hard thing to get into. This one is sitting out here in the desk in my garage, and actually we're going to stick Lisa's here too so that we can get it off of the kitchen counter. Maybe put another one over here. I don't know, but this could become a problem. We could get into this hardcore and start putting little tanks everywhere. I don't know, but the point is, this was a lot of fun to do. If you're a fish keeper and you've been looking for something new to try and you're kind of sick of trying new fish, try something like this. It's not cheap, but it's also not outrageously expensive. The plants are available online. They're available at your local pet store. They're all over the place, so it's not hard to get the plants, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself very much. I don't know how many times I've said that already. Anyway, trying to make the point clear that this is something that's a lot of fun to do. It's not something I ever thought I would ever be into, but I think I am now, and I'm pretty excited about it. So anyway, thank you so much for going along this journey with me. This was a whole lot of fun to do. Like I said, this tank, not this one, but one just like it, brand new in the box, we have them available on our website along with the heaters that go in the back. And that's about it when it comes to what you see right here, because we don't have the plants and we don't have the stone. We do have the driftwood though, so at least you could get those things from the site if you so please to do that. If you so choose, not please, if you so choose to do that, please. What do you want me to say? I don't know. I can't speak English today. But this was a lot of fun, and I could easily talk about it all day long. But you've got other videos to watch. You don't want to do that. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, let me know in the comment section, and maybe we'll do them. Subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss them. And that's it. Bye.